All right, guys, how's it going? So yesterday I went to see Benidorm versus Valencia. It was a post-season friendly. Benidorm recently were crowned champions of the division. So obviously promoted. They're going up the leagues, if you like. It might be worth watching, to be honest with you, if you want to have an interest in some things. I think Benidorm are going to go all the way to the top. The club used to be owned by my friend. And it was recently sold to David Villa. Basically, there's a couple of people that own the club, but David Villa it's referred to as David Villa's Benidorm, all right? He owns the club. And I was sat with my friend yesterday at the game that owned the club, and we had a really in-depth conversation about a lot of things. Now, this isn't a Premier League football club, although Valencia were in town, you know what I'm saying? La Liga. This isn't a Premier League club, but I was listening to him talk about, he was explaining a lot of things to me. I learned a lot from the conversation I had with him yesterday, and you can imagine what it would be like sitting with me. I'm a very, I'm intrigued. I ask questions to do with football because that knowledge that I pick up helps what I do here with you and the website. And although, I have done this for 26 years, I know some of you laugh when I say that, but we have newcomers here that maybe don't know that. I do consider myself experienced and knowledgeable with a lot of things. I do, honestly, a lot of things in life I'm fucking useless at, but I do think I'm good at what I do. I really do. It's probably the only thing I'm good at. I'm going to be honest. Well, girls, apart from the old, they don't call me the silver tongue for nothing. And in fairness, someone pointed out recently it should be renamed to platinum tongue. Just saying. How did I get onto that? Anyway, so even though I've done it for all that time, I still feel like I'm learning, And we were talking yesterday, we were talking about, Liverpool's appointment of Arne Slot and stuff like that. Do you remember data-driven approach? Data-driven appointment. Data, analysing things, etc., etc. And my friend was saying to me yesterday, he was telling me about when he owned the club, and he didn't just deal with the standard of lower league football club. He was still mingling and dealing with the football giants and people in the game. He was telling me about the scouts from the Premier Leagues, when they would be there, who to look for. So I'm learning things yesterday about where there would be, who there wowould be, who regional scouts for, not just for La Liga teams, but Premier League teams, Manchester United, Liverpool, so on. Just picked up so much, from it. But the one thing that stood out to me yesterday was this. He said to me, because I can't repeat a lot of things he said to me, but one thing that I can talk to you about was he was saying to me, he went, Dunk, it's just all stats now. It's just all analysis, data-driven signings and things. Like when a scout comes, they're scouting a player to see what they can do. They want to see it with their own eye and whatnot. He said, but literally, it is just all the conversations about stats, and that determines what's a good player or not. All right. Now, we often talk about Moneyball and FSG, and you must watch the movie Moneyball. If you've never seen that, you have to watch it if you're a Liverpool fan. You do. And lots of people will tell you that. But after you watch that movie, and I've said this many times before, you then need to watch a movie called Trouble with the Curve, which is a Clint Eastwood film, and it's fucking great, right? So both films, like Moneyball is all to do with statistics and things like that. And then Trouble with the Curve is about a baseball scout that is old school, vision, hearing. When you say hearing, what you're talking about is baseball, just the way the ball's hit and stuff like that. And you need to watch them both. You really do. You'll enjoy yourself if you watch them. But you've got to watch it in that order. Moneyball and then Trouble with the Curve. And it's just really, really good. All right, anyway. So he was basically saying data, whether it's an appointing a manager, a coach, or, signing a player. He said, that's all it's about now, Dunk. It's not how you used to sign players and that. And this goes right through all the leagues. And we know that because we've got, you know, the main fucking football manager, fucking guru himself, you know, Big E, right? Michael Edwards. And we know all of this, right? But so why am I telling you? And I'm telling you because some people are quite anti that mentality. It's like, don't like the idea of just signing someone on because they've got a percentage of this and a percentage of that. And you know what I mean? And I said to him yesterday, I said, well, hang on, it's all very good having them percentages of being in that division, but what if you then sign by that club? How do you know that you can reflect and reproduce or, you know, improve on that? And he was explaining to me how to work that shit out and how to analyse it. And so it was phenomenal conversation. It really was. But the point I'm trying to say here, the reason for the video is there are a lot of fans, especially old school fans like me, that think a lot of that's a load of bollocks, you know, like, nah, it's just, you know, I can see if he's a good fucking player or not, sort of thing. And we've all, you know, played championship manager, as it was called back in the day, and then it became football manager, right? I don't know, I'm old now, right? But I used to play championship manager, and I stayed up till 4 or 5 in the fucking morning, just sat in a room playing that, do you know what I mean? So, you know, and that was all statistics. Even your basic game of FIFA, you have these player ratings and everything. Well, not for EA Sports, whatever it's called now, EA Soccer, I don't fucking know, EA Team or some shite, right? But it is, isn't it? So, you know, you're always looking for that play with the eye thing, even when you're doing it as a casual gamer. And I have always been, like, when I hear them talk about data-driven appointments and stuff, it's always made me go, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Even though I can accept that statistics are important, but the only statistics I'm usually important is a bird's fucking bra. Do you know what I mean? You know, so why am I telling you? Well, because it kind of made me, like, change my thinking a little bit. Because I was like, all right, this isn't unique to Liverpool Football Club and the Big E, right? It's not, you know, like you know, we know that the big clubs are doing all this, but I know for a fact that there's other people out there that think like me, that think, that's a load of bollocks, I want to know how many do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to see what he does. Don't want to know just how many fucking passes he's made and this, that and the other. But I'm sat there and he's saying to me, that's all it is. He said that's how it all is now in his experiences of owning the football club and the scouts from the La Liga and everything, and the Premier League as well. Stats, data. And I'm telling you this just so that you know it's not just unique to us. Some of you will know this anyway, but maybe some people are a bit like me, or a bit old and miserable and grumpy, and I'm just trying to get that message to you that this is what they're all doing it. All right, so I know it's not a very good video, maybe it's not a big revelation, but I just found it really interesting. And he was also saying about, you know, you've got more chance of winning the lottery than you have, you know, when these kids think they're going to be professional footballers and that. He went, you might as well put a tenner on lottery, you're more likely to win the lottery than you are to be successful as a professional footballer. And he was telling me about, you know, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, I think there's 600 kids at the academy, or, you know, in the youth setup or soccer camps or whatever associated, just to the club here, down the divisions. And then he was telling me about the numbers at Valencia, like how many they've got, you know, and what we've got at Liverpool and all that. It was a really good conversation, and I tapped into a lot of it, guys, which I don't know if I've mentioned it in this video or a previous one, I can't remember. But I do think that knowledge is helping me all the time when it comes to, you know, giving opinion and stuff to you. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I just thought you might be interested to know that, you know, that's how it is. That's how it is. I've never really thought about it before. I've just only ever heard it mentioned with Liverpool. That's it. Just a non-exciting video. So yeah, he was telling me about David Villa and, you know, his plans for the club and motives and all that. You know, big private conversation. Really, it was good. He's a really good friend of mine. I like him. I do. I like what I mean by really good friend. I mean, I guess I've known him for a few years, but we don't like. It's not like me and Smooth. You know what I mean? But the more I see him, I really enjoy talking to him about it all. Very good businessman, you know, fucking outstanding businessman, and just a really good fucking guy as well. Really good guy, and I like him a lot. and yeah, I enjoyed talking to him. Just thought I'd share that with you. If you appreciate the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to drop me a comment, please do. If you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, hit the super thanks button, it'd be greatly appreciated. In the video description is the newsletter, which you are missing out on. It's worth subscribing to the newsletter, it's completely free. You can have a quick glance and bin it, right? Do you know what I mean? The chat room and the Facebook group, which I've kind of relaunched, which you might want to get in. There's more than 100,000 people in there, all right? And it's very strictly run, so you won't see any spam. Okay, guys, take care. I'll speak to you later.